visit us at providence.org.
CBC Cleaning and Restoration is ready and waiting to clean and disinfect your home or business during these trying times. CBC is certified, OSHA trained, and insured for COVID-19. They are now offering 10% off services plus free disinfection application through June 30th. All staff wears full-on PPE and all equipment is disinfected before and after every job. Have CBC clean your carpets, upholstery, and hard surface flooring. Voted best commercial and residential cleaning company in the Santa Clarita Valley year after year. To take advantage of the COVID-19 special or more information, call CBC at 294-2221. That's 294-2221.
Have you heard about Assistance League Retail Store? For a good time and a great deal and bargains that are an amazing steal, there are friendly volunteers ready to share a smile. So come on in and stay a while. We take donations on gently used goods, and proceeds from our sales stay in the neighborhood. So for a great buy and a special find, come visit our store anytime. Assistance League Resale Store located at 24369 Main Street in downtown Newhall.
Yo, it's Aaron Del Torre checking in with your hometown station weather forecast. Clear skies all day long today with temps in the mid to upper 80s. Expect more of the same throughout the rest of the work week. The weekend, though, expect an uptick in temperatures with daytime highs in the mid to upper 90s. For everything going on around the Santa Clarita Valley, go to hometownstation.com, sign up for our nightly newsletter, and check us out across social media at KHTS Radio.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Good morning, Santa Clarita. Welcome in. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi Charter Schools Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. I am Matt Watson, your host. It is so good to have you on this beautiful Tuesday morning. This special edition of Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers, is brought to you by KHTS in collaboration with SCVi and iLEAD Charter Schools. We come to you live each day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m., providing support and updates for you on your distance learning journey. And I know we're sliding into the summer now, but your kids need to stay active and busy and sharp. And so we keep that website up for you. Homeschoolinganswers.com is the website that we launched back in March when our kids were sent home for distance learning, and we knew that you would need some support, whether it was by grade level or subject area or maybe you were going to need some parenting tips. So that's when we put our website up, homeschoolinganswers.com. It will be up all summer to help out you and your kid. And I think you're going to find it's a lot more than just a couple of cute videos and some worksheets to download. There's some tremendous suggestions and activities, projects for your kids to work on. And again, like I said, great parenting tips for you. So head on over to homeschoolinganswers.com. Check that out. We have got a great show today. We have got Mayor Smyth on the line already. We will get to him in just a minute. If you've been listening to your hometown station, you know that the city's got some breaking news about our fireworks display this morning, and we'll be asking the mayor about that. We also have our show's official licensed marriage and family therapist, Christina Debray, and in hour 2, we're going to be speaking with one of my favorite guys, Matt Browning from Mend Cryotherapy. I've also got a fun top 10 list for you and some of my own reflections. So here we go. You know my first guest, Mayor Cameron Smyth. He has dedicated his life to the service of the city of Santa Clarita. He's served our city council for the past 20 years, only interrupting that service to head to Sacramento for a term as our state assemblyman. He's currently serving his 4th term as mayor, and sworn in back in December, he took over a city reeling from several devastating fires and a community rocked by school violence. Yet he stood up and said, yes, I will lead during this uncertain time, never knowing how uncertain things were going to get with the pandemic looming and near economic shutdown and all the different things that continue to unfold and some of the deepest civil unrest that our nation's ever seen. But Mayor Smyth has stepped up and taken the bull by the horns these last couple of months. Mayor Smyth, good morning. Welcome in.
Hey, good morning. Good to be back.
All righty. So we had some breaking news here on KHTS just a few minutes ago. As I was preparing yesterday, this question was my last question for you, but this breaking news has bumped it up to my top question. What's going on with the 4th of July fireworks display?
Yeah, so unfortunately, the LA County Department of Public Health yesterday issued an order that canceled all fireworks shows. It was kind of an arbitrary decision without talking to us, or I know the city of Lancaster was considering as well, or had a fireworks show prepared. And the county has decided that they're going to, any fireworks show would be a violation of the health order. We had reached out after that order came down yesterday just to clarify with the county that the city had already taken mitigation measures to ensure that there would not be large gatherings as associated with the fireworks show. The town center was going to be blocked for pedestrian and vehicle traffic. We were going to live stream the show. Wanted people to watch from their homes or other large spaces where they could still practice their social distancing. But unfortunately, that appeal, if you will, was denied, and we're going to have to cancel the fireworks show for the year.
Well, I know that is disappointing for a lot of folks. It does bring up the issue of that variance that we talked about a few weeks back, when the county was really moving slowly as far as reopening economically, allowing us to reopen businesses and things like that. You and the mayor of Palmdale and Lancaster had penned a request for a variance for the north area of the LA County. Is that something that is coming back towards the front burner?
I don't think so at this point, because the LA County, as we knew, was not going to be receptive to the North Regional variance, and ultimately did move forward with a county-wide variance that helped facilitate the LA County as a whole getting back up and moving. But I think these decisions are now coming down not only by the county but also by the state. So the decision about closing bars and others that came from the governor would have applied to LA County as well. If we had a variance, we still would have been lumped into that because it was a state order, and that's always going to be the baseline or the overlay, which comes from the state. But when you look at the numbers here in Santa Clarita, and we continue to track them, daily, and well over 50, I want to say almost 60% of the cases still in the Santa Clarita Valley are inmates at the Pitches detention facilities. Our hospital capacity remains very high, if you will. We have a lot of capacity still. I think the last report out of Henry Mayo was 13 hospitalizations, and so we are still in good shape to absorb any changes at this point, or absorb the changes that we're seeing in the caseload.
Well, yeah, and that was the whole idea of flattening the curve. We knew that a significant number of folks were going to be infected early on. The idea was making sure that our hospitals still have capacity to take care of all the folks that are coming in. So we're doing okay out at Henry Mayo?
As the reports we have so far, we have, and I think as you starting to read some of the data throughout the county in anyways, which I think is probably applicable to Santa Clarita, that the average age of the new cases and new diagnoses is younger. The symptoms are less severe and requiring either no hospitalization or a shorter turnaround time. And so as long as that continues, we feel good about the ability, again, in the Santa Clarita Valley of our local health system to absorb any potential spike.
So that is a little bit of good news anyways, amidst all the different things that we continue to work with. Now, last week, you and Mayor Pro Tem Bill Miranda indicated that you'd be writing a letter to the LA County Board of Supervisors condemning racism. Have you guys sent that letter yet? And if so, what is the intent of that letter?
So a little bit of correction. So what we had committed to do during in meeting with our residents was there was a feeling by members of our community that there was a need for the city or city leaders to publicly speak about racism and and where the city stands on that, and to make it clear. And I thought that was something that was important for me, anyways, to hear that. Because I certainly stand, against any type of racism within our community. We want all voices to be heard and all residents to feel safe, and that their local government hears their concerns, and that we're going to stand against racism of any form. And so I had put out a statement to that end last week. I think we will do a more public statement as we continue with the rollout of the Human Relations Task Force that we're getting towards. But the Mayor Pro Tem and I had talked about doing a letter to the county as they move forward with discussions around law enforcement and training and how our sheriff's department is interacting with our community. And so as the county and sheriff's department continue those discussions, then the pro tem and I will follow up with our comments to our local county supervisor. But it's important for people to know that that we as a city do stand against racism, and it's important that all of our residents feel that they are heard, and that everyone has the right to feel safe and to be whoever they want to be in Santa Clarita without fear of some type of repercussions.
Certainly, we continue to evolve as a city, and we appreciate your leadership on that. You mentioned the Human Relations Task Force. How's progress going with that?
Good. We're continuing to partner with the Hart District because we felt that over the years, many of the instances that have been reported about racism and incidences of racism have happened on our school campuses and involve our young people. And it's important that the school district be a part of any program that we put in place. And it's similar to our the community's homeless task force that involves the community as a whole, and that includes our school districts, our faith-based organizations, our law enforcement, and that's what we want to model the Human Relations Task Force off of, is that it's a community-driven effort, not just a city effort, not just a school district effort, but a community-wide effort.
Okay, so I did want to bring something up with you. There's been a lot of talk about this. There's been a petition circulating calling for the resignation of Councilmember Bob Keller, and the topic has really dominated the public comment portion of City Council meetings. Can you comment on this issue? What's your take on what was said back in 2010 by Councilmember Keller and the insistence on his resignation? Do you have any comment or take on that?
I think it's important for the public to understand that Bob Keller doesn't work for me. And I think there a number of emails have, called for me to remove Bob Keller as the mayor. And it's a good civics lesson for people to understand that all five of us were elected independently, and barring any real criminal act, the vehicle to remove an elected official really is with the voters, either through a regular election process or the recall mechanism, which is established for the voters to exercise. But I wasn't on the council when Mr. Keller made those comments a decade ago. I don't associate myself with his comments, and I know that he has made the decision to resign at the end of this year. And to be honest, I'd much rather be talking with you about policies that move our city forward, about whether it's our economic development, our city budgets, or others, than talking about comments that Mr. Keller made a decade ago.
All right, so let's do it. You've got a meeting with the city council a little bit later on today. Can you tell us what's on the agenda and what you expect to come from today's meeting?
So no, we don't. Our next council meeting isn't until July 14th.
I thought I saw one on the agenda today. Okay.
No, our regular meetings are the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month, and so. I do not have, we don't have any regular meeting, nothing today.
All righty, so egg on my face. Let's go ahead and switch over to listener Steve. He's a lot smarter than I am anyways. He's asking if the city has a permitting process for large public demonstrations. Is there a process? Is there a need for permits for people to hold vigils or demonstrations or anything like that on our city streets or in our parks?
So, we try to be very accommodating when it comes to people wanting to exercise their First Amendment right. But if there is going to be a planned utilization of city streets, whether it be the city marathon or one of the many nonprofit walks that we see or use. Then you have the Amgen tour. Things like that do require city permits so that we can then provide proper notice about rerouting of pedestrians or rerouting of traffic. But again, if people want to gather at a city park, they want to gather on a street corner like we have seen over the last several weeks, people have that First Amendment right to do so, and they do not need a permit to exercise that right. But if you are going to intentionally and want to use public right-of-ways, then you do need a permit. Or if you're going to put on a big event at Central Park that requires the use of many fields, and then yes, you need permits for that. But again, if you have a gathering of 20 people that want to go to city, like for example, there was a candlelight vigil a couple weekends ago at Central Park. You don't need a permit for something like that.
Okay, but obviously, like you said, something along the lines of the vigil that we had for the victims of the Saugus High School shooting that was just massive. That's the size of something that would need a permit, correct?
No, yeah, absolutely. And just I know yesterday there was some residents that gathered at the corner of Valencia and McBean, and that did not require a permit and didn't need one.
Okay, and I do want to clarify, for one of our listeners was asking again about the fireworks display. To be clear, the local fireworks display has been canceled along with the rest here in the county. We talked about it yesterday. There's a couple of virtual celebrations that the city's got going on with the Pee Wee Parade as well as the Home and Business decoration contest. I know the Home and Business decoration contest, I believe entries are now closed for that, and judging is going to begin here real soon. I think entries for the Pee Wee float parade are closing today. Is there anything else going on in and around the city to celebrate the holiday this weekend?
So I know that I believe we usually have a 5K run that goes prior to the parade. While that's being canceled, there is a kind of a virtual 5K run, if you will, that people can still sign up and participate in. That's something my wife and I are going to do, and just pick a course on our city trails and and run a 5K and together and kind of post about that and share it with the other runners. And unfortunately, this year's most events are being had to be shut down, and we had to be a little bit creative. So, but hopefully we can be back next year.
Yeah, absolutely. It is unfortunate, but for the common good, trying to help keep people safe, keep people out of the hospitals, and thus keeping our economy moving forward and not backward. It's a good year to celebrate with your family by the barbecue, and maybe similar to what a lot of us do at Thanksgiving, count our blessings a little bit and talk about some of the things that we are grateful for.
Yeah, and just lastly on that, the 5K run, all the proceeds will go to the local high school track and field or cross-country programs this year. So it's a way to further support your local schools by going out. I think the weather's going to be good. I probably run early. It's going to be hot on Saturday, but get your run in, support your one of your local high school track programs and get some exercise.
That is a great idea. Speaking of running, I know you do have to run. You had a hard out at 9:30, but Mayor Smyth, I have said it before and it bears repeating. You picked one heck of a year to serve, but we as voters picked one heck of a guy for the job. We're grateful for your leadership, and we are so grateful that you've come in these last 16 weeks. Did you realize it's been that long? You've been joining us for 16 weeks now. But
I know, that's crazy.
It is crazy. But I mentioned it to you yesterday. This is it. After this week, we're going on vacation here at Eye on the Valley for a couple of weeks, and then we're going back to our regular Friday schedule. So we will miss you, sir. You stay strong. Thank you for your leadership.
Thanks, Matt. Always appreciate the time.
You take care. We're going to take a commercial break, and we will be back with a fun top 10 list that you won't want to miss. You are listening to SCVi Charter School's Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. I'm your host, Matt Watson, on your hometown station, KHTS.
Hi, this is Bob Schertz with the Way Out Recovery SCV, reminding you that during these unprecedented times, addiction and mental health do not take a break. If you or someone you love are struggling, please give us a call at 661-296-4444. We are open and here to help you during this time. Thanks.
The coronavirus has put us in a position of creating a new normal. Family Law at Home understands. Their goal is to meet you in the safest place possible, and these days that might be in your own home in a virtual meeting. Family Law at Home will provide you with immediate advice on your family law matters, such as divorce cases, child custody disputes, and domestic violence. It's as easy as going to FamilyLawAtHome.com. You'll choose your own consultation date and be in immediate contact with one of their esteemed attorneys. Family Law at Home handles the legal aspect while you and your family navigate the new chapter in your lives. Go to FamilyLawAtHome.com.
And now, a cooking tip from Keith Mowry of Bob's Country Meats. Cooking brisket is simple, whether you do it in the oven or on the grill.
Okay, briskets come out nice. You want to brown them up real good on the barbecue over medium heat. Season them up however you like. Wrap them in foil. Put them on the other side. Go down to a low temperature, low heat, and let that go for about 2.5, 3 hours, just on the low with the lid closed.
For the tastiest brisket in town, visit Bob's Country Meats on Soledad in Canyon Country.
You see so much when you look at your child. A creative spirit that surprises you every day. Curiosity that develops into exploring unique passions. A little leader growing every day to discover who they are, what they love, and how they can make their mark on the world. At SCVi, we see those same amazing things. Our tuition-free K-12 charter school gives your child boundless opportunities to think critically and imagine freely, with a customized learning program built around each individual student. As iLEAD's founding school, SCVi combines an immersive approach to traditional subject learning with extracurricular activities, including STEAM, robotics, theater, music, and sports. SCVi has the only international baccalaureate program in Santa Clarita, with a 10-year proven track record of graduates excelling at top universities. And we're in your backyard, just off the 5 freeway in West Santa Clarita Valley in Castaic. For enrollment information or to learn more about our program, including homeschool options, visit iLeadSantaClarita.org. iLEAD Schools, free to think, inspired to lead.
Finding the right auto body shop can feel like a never-ending search.
It's more than a job, it's a hobby.
Caesar, owner of Body Shop 661, your one-stop body shop.
Out here in Santa Clarita, I like seeing my cars driving around. It's really a passion.
More than just repairs. Body Shop 661. Trusted, reliable, respected for over 16 years in the Santa Clarita Valley. Visit bodyshop661.com or give them a call, 661-251-2252.
You might not know the difference between a fade, a pompadour, a cropped fringe, or faux mohawk, but the Sport Clips Guys Smart Stylists sure do. We know you don't think about haircuts 24/7. That's Sport Clips' job. That's why Sport Clips specializes in haircuts for men and boys. Sport Clips has turned something you have to do into something you want to do. You don't ever need an appointment at Sport Clips, and you'll walk out feeling like an MVP. Guaranteed. Sport Clips at the Santa Clarita location nearest you.
Yes, Dunkin' is open. The continued stay-at-home orders have been rough on all of us, but Dunkin' is trying to make things just a little bit better. There are many ways to get your Dunkin' fix. You can carry out at both locations, or you can drive through at Canyon Country, or get curbside service at the Bouquet Canyon Dunkin'. Both offer Grubhub and Postmates delivery and are open till 6 p.m. Don't forget, use your Dunkin' app for on the go to order, pay, and accumulate points. Dunkin' cares about the SCV.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi Charter Schools Eye on the Valley Homeschooling Answers with Matt Watson, and clearly I need to have a couple more sips of this coffee. A little punchy this morning, little punchy.
Keeping you on your toes, Matt. Keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, and I know producer Sarah is scouring the city website right now, looking for a little bit more information on that 5K that Mayor Smyth had mentioned. That sounds like a really cool event, a great way to raise some money for our local high school athletics teams. And so as soon as she's got a website that she can link on there, she's going to put it on the Facebook page.
And a 5K is the fun one too. That's the short one. So
Right,
even if you walk it doesn't
You're
matter.
done
Nobody
before
even
you're-
notices. It's so short that everybody's having a good time. So
Hey,
definitely
I've
get out
mentioned
there.
it before. A 5K is an event that even a guy like me can finish. So, if you guys have some information on that city's 5K event, I wish I would have asked a follow-up question of the mayor to make sure that there was information on the website. We assumed it would be there. But if you've got information, go ahead and post it there in the Facebook Live feed. And again, I do apologize. Clearly, I'm not... so good at reading the Santa Clarita website. I found the agenda to a committee meeting that I assumed was the city council meeting today. So we apologized for that, and I know some folks see it as some obvious common sense and some as a little bit of a frustration, but our annual 4th of July fireworks display here in the city is going to be canceled. But did you hear that, Shane? Don't do it. I know what you're thinking. Don't do it. You're going to find yourself in jail with a couple of fingers blown off and your pool house burned down. Stay safe. Celebrate in a safe way. Don't do anything that you're going to regret this year.
So you saw me buy all those bottle rockets. Okay, good to know.
Well, here we are. It is June 30th. It's, a day that if you follow people on social media, it's a day that a lot of people have been looking forward to for quite some time. It is half New Year's Eve. Today is the end of June, and the first half of 2020 has been, well, it's been rough, but it ends today, right? Right? That magical switch is going to be flipped, and starting tomorrow, July 1st, everything's going to get better. Yeah, I don't know that we're quite out of the woods yet.
I've knocked on a lot of wood, Matt. Knocked on a lot of wood.
We're hoping that things are going to start looking up, but there are some things that we can do to maybe take control of our own destiny, start making some good decisions about our health and well-being and all that good stuff. But since so many of you have looked forward to it, I figured we'd do what everybody else does on New Year's Eve. We'd do a top 10 list. All right, you want in on this, Shane? You want to play with me on my top 10 list here?
You know, I do, as long as there's no movies or TV shows.
No movies, no TV shows. I think you're going to be really good at this. It's exactly like every other top 10 list ever written. It is completely meaningless and fabricated.
And we start with number 7.
Well, you know what? We start wherever you at. We're gonna do this top 10 list, Family Feud style.
Let's do it.
So here we go. I've got the top 10 phrases of 2020 Part 1. Top 10 phrases or words of 2020 Part 1. So you want to guess?
Just to put some parameters, does this include anything that's happened in pop culture, whether it's been the recent outbreak of COVID, anything that happened, World War III back in the early parts of this year, anything like that?
Yeah. Producer Sarah was reflecting on that. Remember years ago when Australia was on fire and we were looking at World War III starting there in the Middle East? Yes, that is open game, but you're going to definitely notice some common threads here.
Sounds good. Okay, first guess, let's just go with social distancing.
Social distancing, number 7. Well done, Shane. Well done.
That is all right. I said we're going to start with number 7.
Social distancing, stay 6 feet away from people. That is, by the way, if you're in the grocery store, I learned this one the other day, that's 2 carts length. All right, what else you got?
Let's see. I'll go with coronavirus. Staying in the same lane.
Coronavirus. See, I that seems to be a little bit more of an overall topic. So
totally
that
fair.
one specifically did not make the list. Neither did holy crap, by the way.
Very fair. Is it over yet?
I'm checking the list. That one finished just outside the top 10. That is number 12. However, going back to the intro, the first half is over tonight at midnight. Yeah.
Was that actually 12 or was that just a joke?
No.
Okay, you made me feel good about
This is a
myself.
top 10 list.
Made me feel
Shane.
good about myself
I
for a
only
second.
came up with 10.
Okay. All right. Continuing on. Let's see. Help me out with the next one. Give me number 10.
Number 10, quarantine.
Oh, of course.
Number 10, quarantine.
All right, toilet paper.
Toilet paper, good pull, but not on the list. Not
I
on
thought
the list.
maybe it would have made a hot resurgence.
So if I'm going to give you any hint here, I'm talking about phrases and words that might not necessarily have been such a common part of our lexicon 3, 4, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, but today we say them regularly, multiple times a day.
What about facial covering?
Cloth face covering, number 6. Cloth face covering. There we go.
All right. How about respirator?
Respirator, that's a good one. That's again, total fictitious list made up, just like every other top 10 list that ever existed.
Of course.
But I'm going to say that one probably finished about 15.
Dang. Okay. All right. Give me number 9.
Number 9. You're going to kick yourself on this one. Number 9 is flatten the curve.
Oh yeah.
Flatten the curve.
All right. So number 10 was?
Number 10 was quarantine. Number 9 was flatten the curve. You've got number 7 and number 6, social distancing and cloth face coverings.
Let's see if we can do number 8. And number 8. How about testing kit?
Oh, I love that you're aiming. But you hit just outside of the scoring range here.
I'm looking at that COVID umbrella term, and I'm trying to pick the little terms underneath it.
Right, and don't be afraid to step outside of COVID either.
It's been such a focus as of late.
It really has, but so have other things.
Give me a hint.
Okay. Anything else going on around the streets of Santa Clarita and all over the nation?
Black Lives Matter demonstrations.
Black Lives Matter, number 2.
Interesting. That made such a quick surge. It's very sounds about right.
Yeah, started out the movement officially. The organization founded in 2013, but really surged the second quarter of this year.
That's incredible because I was just about to say that's more so this last month and a half that it's really picked up. Interesting. Okay, so then let's go. How about protests or demonstrations?
All right, so there was a tie for number 8, and you hit them both. Protesters, demonstrators. Way to go, Shane.
All right.
So we've got number 10, quarantine. Number 9, flatten the curve. Number 8, tie, protesters and demonstrators. Number 7, social distancing. Number 6, cloth face coverings. You got number 2, Black Lives Matter. We're still missing number 5, 4, 3, and number 1, the number 1 phrase of 2020 part 1.
Stimulus check.
Stimulus check. Good one. I'm going to have to go to the judges on this one and really smack them around. That is not on the list, but it should have been. It should have been.
I still need to get my stimulus check.
Right, so, which is why it didn't make it to the top 10 yet. It's still not a thing in your life.
That hurts.
But you've checked, haven't you, Shane? Is it in the mail? The check is in the mail?
It said it was mailed on May 1st, so I think I'm going to have to have to sit on hold with the IRS.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of folks are still waiting on their tax refund that they filed for back in February. So
wish me luck.
There's a line, yeah.
All right, let's see if I can get this next term. Stimulus check is not on there. We've got Black Lives Matter, demonstrators, protesters. How about police brutality?
Police brutality certainly could be on there, and there's one related to that. Something that you might see on a T-shirt.
Oh, I can't breathe.
Boom, number 5, I can't breathe. Kind of a somber one, but yeah, an important notion. And that one, I noticed, ironically, comes in right after cloth face coverings. So, yeah.
Let's see. So we have 3 left then.
We've got number 4, number 3, and number 1.
4, 3, 1, 4, 3, and 1. I can't believe I haven't gotten the first one yet. Is it just 2020? Is it 2020 itself?
It's just the first part of 2020, yeah.
Well, no, I bet is the phrase 2020.
Oh, is it just 2020 itself? No, that's the topic.
Because we're going to, 20, all you're going to have to, next year and from the years on, all you're going to have to say is, hey, remember 2020? Oh,
yep.
Boy, do I.
I tell you what, you can get number 4 if I give you the first part of it.
Give it to me.
They're going to play where?
They're going to play here. In a bubble.
In a bubble! They're going to play in a bubble.
Is that full phrase? They're going to play in a bubble?
That was number 4. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either.
Wow, okay.
I'm kidding, I could believe it. I'm the one that wrote the list.
Oh, come on. Come on. You're killing me.
All right. Number 3 is what we're looking to develop. In fact, some folks would advocate that you and I, sitting here 6-7 feet away, take our masks off and help develop.
Vaccine.
We're not going to develop a vaccine.
Oh.
You and I are smart guys, but we're not that smart.
Treatment. Cure.
How about herd immunity?
Herd immunity. Tip of my tongue.
I can't tell. It's behind the mask. All right. And I do worry that you're... although it is the number 1 phrase of 2020 part 1, I'm a little worried that you're not going to get number 1. So let's just run it down. Top 10 phrases of 2020 part 1, and then let's get to commercial because I know Christina is waiting for us on the other side.
Oh, yes.
Number 10, quarantine. Number 9, flatten the curve. Number 8 was a tie. Protesters, demonstrators, tomato. Number 7, social distancing. Number 6, cloth face coverings. Number 5, I can't breathe. Number 4, they're going to play in a bubble. Number 3, herd immunity. Number 2, Black Lives Matter. And the number 1 phrase of 2020 part 1 is the Astros cheated. They stole signs before and during the 2017 World Series. They robbed our Dodgers of a championship, and their World Series title should be taken away because they don't deserve it, those dirty, cheating little snakes. That is the top phrase of 2020 part 1. Let us never forget.
Now that you say that, Matt, it's bringing back all of those congressional debates that we've had. How could I forget? It was in the news cycle for weeks. So,
and then, boy, Jose Altuve was the luckiest guy in the world when this pandemic came along. So there you go. It's a little bit long, but that is number 1. Top 10 phrases of 2020 part 1. That having been said, don't look for anything magical to change tomorrow. We've still got a long way to go on this. So stay strong, take care of each other, take care of yourself. And a matter of fact, Christina is coming up next, and she'll be talking to us about how we can take better care of ourselves. We're going to take that quick commercial break, but stick around. This is SCVi Charter Schools Eye on the Valley. Homeschooling Answers. I'm Matt Watson on your hometown station, KHTS.
All right, great practice. It's time to clean up now. Who wants to help clean up the dugout?
Choose me. Bottles and cans are worth real money.
That's right, Los Angeles County. Recycling beverage containers puts cash back in your pocket, and it's great for the environment, too. Every year, more than 24 billion CRV-eligible beverage containers are sold in California, and nearly a quarter of them end up in landfills, where they can take more than 100 years to break down. Do your part and recycle your beverage containers. Visit cleanla.com to find out more. A public service message from the city of Santa Clarita.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Facey knows life gets busy. Let us go to work for you in the Santa Clarita Valley. We have 34 primary care physicians and 55 specialty doctors in 4 offices. And Facey has easy 24/7 online appointment scheduling for PCPs and PEDS with some extended hour appointments available. We are Facey Medical Group. Let us go to work for you today. For more information or to make an appointment, visit facey.com. That's FACEY.com.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
We salute our veterans who sacrificed for our freedom.
Santa Clarita veteran Bill Reynolds.
Each week, we share an inspirational story of a local veteran on our Hometown Heroes page at hometownstation.com, thanks to our good friends at Eternal Valley.
I'm Richard Nunnally, General Manager of Eternal Valley Memorial Park and Mortuary. We believe taking care of each other is what community is all about. We're proud to bring you the stories of our hometown heroes.
Eternal Valley, life well celebrated. These days, it's hard to figure out how to fill all the self-isolation time, let alone figure out what to have for lunch or dinner. Salt Creek Grill owner Greg Amsler is helping us out in a big, big way. Salt Creek is now offering takeout and curbside pickup, so you don't even have to get out of your car. Their entire menu is available for pickup or delivery, including to-go beer and wine. Hey. In addition, Greg's offering wine at 25% off, along with daily specials. If you'd like to buy a gift card for a future visit, now's the time. Buy a $50 gift card and get $10 extra on the card completely free. Buy a $100 gift card, you get an extra $25. Salt Creek Grill, located next to Regal Cinema at the Valencia Mall. For more info, go to saltcreekgrill.com.
Save water and save money. SCV Water wants to help you find your fit and take advantage of conservation rebate programs that will help you save. Water your landscape more efficiently. Replace your lawn with water-wise plants. Conduct free in-home water surveys. Cover your swimming pool and more. Find the programs that fit your needs and start saving today. Visit conserve.yourscvwater.com to learn more.
That's conserve.yourscvwater.com.
Are you ready to save hundreds, even thousands of dollars? A Royal Suite Home Furnishings 4th of July closeout sale is going on now, and you don't want to miss out. Get below wholesale pricing on mattresses, bedroom sets, tables and chairs, sofas, sectionals and love seats, kids furniture, and more. Save now on a 5-piece bedroom set, a queen bed, dresser, mirror, and a nightstand for only $599. Add a queen mattress set for only $99 additional dollars. They're overstocked and must make room for new inventory today. Shop a Royal Suite Home Furnishings tent sale to find clearance furniture you'll love at low, low prices. And hurry, because once it's gone, it's gone. Get deep discounts on storage solutions, accessories, cabinet beds, and so much more. Plus, get 0% financing. Interest-free financing is available at a Royal Suite Home Furnishings. For those who qualify, some exclusions apply. A Royal Suite Home Furnishings is located in Santa Clarita, across the street from Sam's Club.
A Royal Suite. Sweet dreams. Your hometown station, KHTS.
Alrighty, welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 on the AM side. This is Matt Watson. I am your host, and you are listening to SCVi Charter School's Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. We are joined now by Christina DeBray. She is a licensed marriage and family therapist with a remarkable story of resilience and determination. She really is inspiring, and not only does she inspire with her story, but She chose to take the trauma and resilience that she has gone through, the trauma and grief that she went through in her own personal story, and flip that on its head and turn it into a life of serving others, helping them deal with theirs. Christina is a graduate of Cal State Northridge and Pepperdine University, who practices right here in Valencia. She's studied extensively areas of such great need right now, including trauma, performance enhancement, attachment disorders, suicide prevention, grief, child and adolescent interventions. She's got more than 18 years of speaking experience and works with medical professionals, organizations, patients, schools, parents, and business professionals. She is also a certified expert in the area of EMDR therapy, and if you don't know what that is, you need to look it up. Christina provides a very unique treatment for helping us get over some of our extreme traumas and things that some of us have gone through. Christina, good morning. Welcome back in.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Christina, yesterday we were talking about self-care. I mentioned it a little bit before the break and how important self-care is. Sometimes we get caught up as adults in the nobility of self-sacrifice, and I put that in air quotes there. But that metaphor of putting your mask on first before you can go help others rings so true. If you're sacrificing yourself, then you could also be sacrificing your loved ones also, right? Because you're going to be less patient, less effective in everything that you do. So what are some of the ways of effectively taking care of ourselves? You touched on a couple yesterday, a couple of the more standard ones, eating healthy and exercising. We all know that. But what about some of the other ways of making sure that we stay close to our as close to our peak as possible?
Well, one of the things that I think is important when thinking about self-care is to be able to discern between what is healthy self-care and what is unhealthy self-care, and then knowing where that middle ground is. So sometimes we might say, hey, I need to have my caffeine. That's my self-care in the morning. And I have to get this Starbucks Frappuccino, and you can kind of take it too far. And so it's important to be able to discern, hey, is this a need or is this a want? Now, sometimes self-care is giving yourself some of your wants to be able to indulge and to be able to relax, but not over the top.
Okay.
So when we think about self-care, we think about getting our basic needs met. So we want to think about, making sure that we're getting enough sleep, that we're getting enough food, eating healthy. We are, then above that, we think about our safety. So making sure that we feel safe and secure. Maybe that's having boundaries. Maybe that is limiting our media intake. There are so many ways to achieve that. Then we need to have, belongingness and love, our esteem needs, and then, at the highest level, the self-fulfillment needs. And so, we talked about before how COVID-19 is really not just COVID-19, but everything that's happened in the past, however many months, really, almost a year now in Santa Clarita with everything going on, with the fires and Saugus and whatnot. And so it is threatening all of those levels. And so we really need to be intentional about what we do. And the intentions that we're going to make, the decisions that we're going to make during a time like this versus not. So, for example, maybe social media is a form of self-care for you because it gives you a sense of connection.
But we can't take it to extreme. You're absolutely right, Christina. Let's continue our conversation tomorrow. We do need to cut to a commercial break, but if you're struggling, give Christina a call. We're posting her information on our Facebook Live feed. That is all the time that we have for this hour. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to SCVi Charter Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.
My tile is 20 years old and it makes my house look 20 years old.
For quality, custom kitchen, bath, and tile, trust the professionals at Southern California Tile.
Hi, I'm Bob of Southern California Tile, and I invite you to come look at the wide selection of tile and stone at our showroom. We offer you personalized one-on-one service and help you see the many beautiful possibilities for improving your home.
Get some style at Southern California Tile.
In Placerita, by the entrance to Masters College.
Power Automotive is giving away a free oil change every week. Visit hometownstation.com/power to enter. Open for you during these challenging times. What makes Power Automotive different? They offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty on all their repair services. All makes and models, autos, trucks, diesels, even RVs. On Soledad between Whites Canyon and Sierra Highway. Behind Denny's. Power Automotive will show you why they've been voted Santa Clarita's #1 repair shop for the last 18 years. Visit hometownstation.com/power and you can be this week's winner.
There's a very good reason Embrace Your Smile has been voted Santa Clarita's #1 orthodontist for 10 years in a row.
Honestly, it's our team.
Dr. Megan LeCornu.
I think for me, what makes it stand out is when I have patients that come up to me and say, we have never been in a doctor's office that feels like this. Our team is a family, and we really get along, and we are really passionate about what we do, helping our patients get the smiles they want and deserve.
Dr. Megan LeCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics.
Embrace your smile.
EmbraceYourSmile.com.
Dutton Plumbing, it's Eric.
Son, it's Mother.
Hi, Mom.
I wanted you to know that Eunice, my neighbor, the one with the limp and the slight mustache, she said a lot of her friends have been clipping your drain clearing special coupon out of the paper, especially the ladies in her Wednesday night bingo club.
The Wednesday night bingo club?
Yep, they all go out for Mexican food every Wednesday night, and at about 2 a.m., bingo.
Well, I think all they need is Mom's famous $73 drain clearing. You know, it flows or it's free with a money-back guarantee. In fact, they can schedule service right off our website at DuttonPlumbing.com and use our free live chat.
So they can use the interwebs to find you? Just like that funny dating site Eunice showed me last week.
Yikes. DuttonPlumbing.com.
Order Mom's $73 drain clearing. It flows or it's free with a money-back guarantee. Get service and find discount service coupons 24/7 at DuttonPlumbing.com. KHTS AM 1220 and 98.1 FM Santa Clarita. It's 10 o'clock. Time for national news on KHTS.
Investigating reports of bounties against Americans. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. The Trump administration facing criticism for its response to intelligence assessments indicating Russia paid the Taliban to target American forces.
The White House says President Trump was not briefed on intelligence, suggesting Russia put bounties on U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien is blasting the government officials who leaked the information, saying their actions endanger national security. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy told Fox and Friends.
But the idea of leaking information, not even knowing whether it's true or not in the process, and playing it out in politics is dangerous to all Americans who serve in our military.
The New York Times reports the intelligence was given to the president in written form.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in Washington. Republican and Democratic members of Congress have been getting briefings on the accusations against Russia from U.S. intelligence officials. The Chinese government passes a controversial new law placing restrictions on Hong Kong despite warnings against such a move by the U.S.
China's parliament approving new national security legislation for Hong Kong, paving the way for sweeping changes. Hong Kong leader Carrie Lam saying the law will not compromise the city's autonomy, but the US and Britain fear a crackdown on free speech. China is acting after months of anti-government protests. Within hours of the law being approved, one of Hong Kong's best-known pro-democracy activist groups saying it's disbanding.
Fox's Simon Owen. Actor, producer, and director Carl Reiner has died. His career spanned decades, but he was best known as the creator of The Dick Van Dyke Show, in which he also wrote, directed, and acted. His family says the iconic comedian died of natural causes at his home in Hollywood. He was 98. America is listening to Fox News.
Hey, if you're looking to cut costs and free up some cash on a monthly basis, start today with Pure Talk USA. Now, the average family of 4 is saving over $800 a year on cell phone service by switching to Pure Talk USA. Now, every plan includes unlimited talk and text, and by the way, it just starts at $20, so switch to Pure Talk today. Just dial pound 250 keyword Pure Radio. Pure Talk USA, simply smarter wireless. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text from Pure Talk USA.
How much money would you like to save just by doing something you're already doing? 15 or 25%? How about 30%? Here in California, Allstate safe drivers can save 30% just by doing something they're already doing. Driving safe. That's right, 30% just by driving safe. Allstate can help lower your cost of driving. Safe drivers can save 30% or more. Visit allstate.com or call a local agent for a quote today.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
More violence reported in a Seattle neighborhood occupied by protesters and known as the Chop Zone.
Witnesses say an SUV plowed into the cop-free zone overnight Monday and started shooting. Members of the self-appointed security team then returned fire. The shootout killing a 16-year-old and another teen is now in critical condition. Chief Carmen Best says the violence needs to end immediately.
Enough is enough here. The East Precinct, while important to us, what's much more important is that this neighborhood is not under siege and that there are not people being victimized.
Anchored channel shortly, a feed out of Delaware, where former Vice President, Joe Biden will deliver remarks on the president's failure to protect the American people and how to safely reopen the economy. That is coming up on your Unanchored channel shortly. Fox News Radio, New York.
In pigs has become more infectious to humans and could have the potential to become a pandemic virus. The study says the virus is not an immediate threat to humans, but needs to be watched closely. Jacksonville, Florida officials say face coverings will be required inside public buildings for those attending President Trump's acceptance of the Republican nomination for his re-election bid. RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel discussing safety plans for the upcoming event.
We're going to provide PPE. We're going to listen to the local authorities, and we're going to make sure this is a safe and healthy convention, and we're going to abide by what the mayor and the governor are saying.
That Florida event is set for late August. The British government has reimposed lockdown restrictions in the English city of Leicester after a spike in coronavirus infections. The new restrictions include the closure of shops that don't sell essential goods and schools. Health Secretary Matt Hancock says non-essential retailers such as department stores and electronic retailers will have to close again 2 weeks after they reopened. Officials say travel to and within the city will have to be curtailed. I'm Rich Dennison, and this is Fox News.
Thanks for listening to KHTS AM 1220, Canyon Country, California. K260 CO 98.1 FM, Santa Clarita, California.
This is Bradley Gross from Santa Clarita Grocery. Santa Clarita Grocery serves fresh groceries to families, individuals, and those experiencing homelessness. At Santa Clarita Grocery, out of every dollar donated, a full 99 cents goes directly to the needs being addressed. As an all-volunteer-led organization, we operate on a 1% overhead, receiving no government funding for our operations in the community, resulting in us being one of the most efficient charities in the Santa Clarita Valley. If you're looking to support the good for our community, please consider partnering with us by donating to Santa Clarita Grocery. What is donated is specifically kept in the Santa Clarita Valley, helping over 3,000 families, including 5 other community charities. Please visit our website, santaclaritagrocery.org, or visit us on social media or call us at 425-7575. That's 425-7575.
Finding the right lawyer can be a challenge, but in Santa Clarita, there's no need to search when there's Hacker Law Group, Santa Clarita's premier litigation firm. Jeffrey Hacker has represented celebrities, financial institutions, accident victims, real estate developers, realtors, contractors, businesses, nonprofit organizations, and other individuals and companies with their legal challenges. Mr. Hacker is one of Santa Clarita's leaders, consistently listed as one of our most influential. When everything is on the line and you need legal counseling, visit hackerlawgroup.com.
At iLEAD Agua Dulce, we believe the most important thing a child can learn in school is who they are. Life's real tests are never standardized, which is why we've developed an individual-based curriculum that values exploration, cooperation, and creativity. As our learners grow, so do we. Our tuition-free charter school is currently enrolling grades TK through 7th and adding 8th grade in 2020. Your young learner will be immersed in a unique environment where possibility and self-discovery are at the core of every experience. The Agua Dulce campus features beautiful indoor and outdoor spaces for hands-on inspiration, including a robotics lab, a garden bed, a greenhouse, and a technology-based exploratorium. iLEAD Agua Dulce is conveniently located on the east side of the Santa Clarita Valley, just off the 14 freeway. Check out our homeschool options too. To schedule a campus tour or learn more about our programs, visit iLEADAguadulce.org. We're enrolling now. iLEAD Schools. Free to think, inspired to lead.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 on the AM side. This is Matt Watson. I'm your host, and you are listening to SCVi Charter School's Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. My next guest is a guy that I've been chomping at the bit to get on the show now for a while, and I'll explain why a little bit later, but I'm so excited to have my next guest on, Matt Browning. Matt is the co-owner of Mend Cryotherapy. He and his brother Chris are out there on Newhall Ranch Road in Rye Canyon. They are right across from LA Fitness in that same shopping center there next to New Moon Restaurant, and they are freezing you into your best self. Matt, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming in. So can you start by telling us a little bit about your story? Because you've taken an interesting path to get where you are, and if I'm not mistaken, your story kind of is the story of Mend. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of. In a way it is. I've had a pretty long history of different sports and some extreme sports as well. And along those lines, I've pretty much broken everything in my body over the years. Both of my heels, my ankle, my knee, my femur, my neck. Paralyzed upper left side of my body for 5.5 months. I can go on. There's multiple injuries, but you kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
So anyhow, another part of that story was I actually owned a pharmaceutical company and a medical consulting firm. So I did have access to a lot of different doctors, medications, whatever. Really, I had access to anything medically that I needed, and I wasn't getting the help that I needed. I exhausted all the standard practices, and it wasn't where I needed to be at. I was in pain every single day. It was starting to affect me mentally. I was getting depressed. Then, of course, just like everybody else, you start looking at alternative routes. You go to the chiropractor, acupuncture, massage therapy, all that. And that helped out, gave me a little bit of relief as well. Then I heard about cryotherapy. Went out. There was basically one place in California at the time that did it. Luckily enough, they were in LA. So drove out there. First time I did it, it changed my life. Honestly, I walked out with no pain for the first time. So at that point, I knew that I needed to bring this to other people. Honestly, I wasn't happy with my profession anymore. Most people already know the pharmaceutical and medical industry is a little jaded at this point. So, I wanted something that made me feel good about myself as well. So this is more about having a rewarding job. It's not about the money, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, if you were looking for money, the pharmaceutical companies are the place to get it.
Yeah. It was like printing money there. Now I'm earning it. So. But it changed my life. Honestly, I'm in amazing shape. I don't have pain. I can do anything again. I'm in the best shape of my life now. So, and I do credit that to cryotherapy, amongst other therapies that I've done since then. But if it wasn't for cryotherapy, honestly, I wouldn't be able to do this today.
Wow, that's incredible. So, have you gotten back to any of those activities that you participated in before, the extreme sports or anything like that?
Yes, sort of. There's a certain point in your life where you have to, when it's time to call it quits. And
age does catch up to us, doesn't it?
and when your kids sit you down and have that talk that you're supposed to have with your kids, that's when you know it's time to take it easy. So,
That's cool.
so yeah, I threw in the towel on a few of them, but I'm out there still living my life and having a good time within reason.
So I have to ask, what sports were you involved in where you're breaking all these bones and paralyzing half of your body? What were you doing?
Well, motocross does a lot of damage to you, first of all. But, baseball, basketball, football did a lot of damage to my neck over the years. I'm a smaller guy, so, there wasn't a lot about concussions and all that either back then. I used to drop my helmet right into every guy when I go to tackle him, just compressed my spine. I've got some pretty severe damage in my neck from that. Skateboarding. I did my heels, my knee.
Yep. Yeah, that'll do it. Back in our day, compressed spine, concussion, we just called that getting your bell rung. Take a play off and get back in there, right?
Exactly, yeah. Don't fall asleep at night and you're fine.
So you found relief from some, you talk about extreme sports. These are extremely taxing on your body, and you were suffering through chronic pain, and you found relief through cryotherapy. For guys like me that have never tried it, can you explain, kind of walk us through what is cryotherapy?
Yes, so cryotherapy, I'll just start from the beginning. So cryotherapy was invented in Japan in 1978. It was originally invented for rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. So originally they were using it to treat that. Inadvertently, they realized that it does a whole lot more than just that. It's rapidly taking away inflammation and, in turn, solves a lot of other issues as well. So over the years, it's spread throughout the world. Typically here in the United States, for the exact reason I got out of the pharmaceutical industry, we're the last to hear about new and cutting-edge treatments, or sometimes not so new but cutting-edge treatments in this case.
Right, like acupuncture, that new and cutting-edge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I just lost track.
So my question was, I'll throw people off like that. I do my best. So what is cryotherapy? You talked about how it started in Japan, but what is it?
I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. So basically what happens is you're going to get into a chamber, and it's going to drop the temperature down to negative 220 to negative 230, 40-ish degrees Fahrenheit. As horrible as that sounds, it's really not that bad. So, if you take a cold shower, if you jump in the ocean, it's breathtaking, shocking, and that's, say 60-degree water on average. If you walk outside when it's 60 degrees, it definitely doesn't feel like you just jumped in a cold shower. It's a much drier cold.
Right. Okay.
So in the terms of cryotherapy, it's bone dry because you can't have moisture at that temperature or you will burn. So it doesn't feel bad, honestly. It's like stepping outside when it's cold. It's very brisk. It lasts 30 minutes, but what it does is it triggers a response in your brain that it is too cold to survive. So it triggers that fight or flight response, causing you to produce endorphins and norepinephrine. In turn, it takes away inflammation throughout your body, makes you feel almost like a euphoric feeling, but you're still energized as well. So it's pretty remarkable, and you notice the benefits within minutes of getting out.
Wow, that actually sounds really enjoyable. So who can benefit from cryotherapy? You mentioned all these different ailments and things like that. Is it for certain groups of people, certain ailments? Is there anybody that maybe doesn't qualify or shouldn't use cryotherapy?
So for the most part, it's pretty good for almost anybody. I think that a better way to put it is there are some contraindications. So, anybody that has any kind of heart condition should avoid it. Anemia. There's a list of a few other contraindications, but honestly, it's highly tolerable by almost anybody. So, but as far as the people that use it, weekend warrior, athletes do it. Anybody that's going to the gym comes in and uses this for recovery. Joint pain, sciatic nerve is a big one. We even have people that come in for migraines.
Wow, you guys really are treating a tremendous amount of different things. Now, do you offer any other services besides cryotherapy at Mend?
We do. So we offer, we have an oxygen bar. We do compression therapy. We have near-infrared light therapy. We have estheticians that do facials. We do fat freezing, cellulite reduction, skin tightening. We offer whole body cryotherapy, localized cryotherapy. We have far infrared saunas. And then the star of our show would probably be the pulse electromagnetic field therapy.
Oh, wow.
They call it PEMF, and that, without a doubt, is the most effective therapy that I've ever seen. And we've had some pretty amazing results from that so far.
Okay, and so is that what it sounds like, electromagnetic therapy?
Yeah, it is. So it's just sending electromagnetic pulses into your body. The Earth emits an electromagnetic pulse very similar to what this machine is emitting. This is just a much more powerful variation of it. So any living thing on this planet we're made up of cells, and these cells feed off of that electromagnetic pulse from the Earth. So, we are also the only living being that's walking around with chronic pain, inflammation, all these other issues as well. We're wearing shoes. We're insulated from the Earth's magnetic pulse, and we're the only living thing that is. So it's amazing. What this machine does, I can't even go on enough about. People ask what it fixes, and it's hard to not sound like a snake oil salesman saying it fixes everything, because we're dealing with rare diseases, multiple sclerosis, Batten disease. Broken bones, sprained ankles, you name it. So,
wow, that's amazing. So I know that a lot of our listeners are probably wondering, okay, so what is this this type of treatment going to set me back? I know you guys offer memberships. Can people get just a single session or smaller packages? What are your price structures?
Okay, so we have a few different price structures at Mend, just to make it a little bit more accessible for everybody.
Okay.
We have introductory sessions for almost every service, and they do vary in price. The ones that I guess I'll highlight, the PEMF and cryo, since those are probably the two standout therapies. Cryotherapy, the first time is $20.
Wow.
Single sessions are $55 normally. We offer bulk packages. The more you buy in bulk, the lower it is per session. And then we offer memberships, and our memberships are on a point base. So we have a lot of services. So we assign a point value to every service that we have. So, you can get a membership for $99 a month that has X amount of points, and you can use those points to buy any service you want throughout the month.
Oh, cool.
And we have different values of memberships as well. As far as the pulse electromagnetic field therapy, we have a $40 intro, and we also offer a 3-pack for $99 as an introductory special as well. And it takes one session to know what it's going to do. So we're very confident with that.
That's great. It's not like the first one is really cheap, but it's going to take 27 sessions before you start to notice any difference. That's
oh yeah, no.
That's great how accessible it is. So I always worry about when I go to a new gym or a new doctor's office or anything like that, about being the new guy, not knowing what to do. What's the process like when I show up? I walk into Mend, and what happens?
Well, when you walk in, the first thing is everybody feels very comfortable when they come in. Our facility kind of looks like you're walking into a home. So you come in, we're very friendly there, so we welcome you and walk you through the whole process. Honestly, from the second you walk in the door, someone comes out, greets you, we take you up, we have you sign in, get you registered in the system. Typically, we'll walk you around, show you all the different services we have, explain how they all work, and answer any questions or concerns that you might have before getting you started.
Okay, and then a full introduction. We're talking this morning with Matt Browning from Mend Cryotherapy. They are located in the same shopping center as LA Fitness and New Moon Restaurant over there on Newhall Ranch Road and Rye Canyon. Matt, I know you guys were shut down for a little while due to the pandemic. How hard were you guys hit?
Well, pretty hard. We actually weren't required to shut down.
Oh.
We shut down just because it made more sense to us for a few different reasons. Our overhead is significantly lower being closed than being open, and we went from seeing on average 40 to 50 people a day down to 5 on a good day. So at that point, it really wasn't worth keeping the doors open. And we're taking this seriously as well, regardless of what anybody's opinions are on how contagious this is or whatever else. We are taking it serious. We have a lot of people that come into our facility whose lives are in danger. We have people that rely on our services to live. We dropped off equipment at people's houses while we were closed.
Oh wow!
So we're definitely taking it very seriously, and At any point that we feel it's not safe for our customers to come in, regardless of how much we're cleaning and how the precautions we're taking, we would close again if we had to. So it's just, that's what's most important right now.
You guys kind of self-quarantine there, but you guys are back open and your full menu of services are ready to go?
Everything but the esthetician services right now, that's on hold. We're supposed to tentatively, we're starting up July 7th with esthetician services. Of course, I have a strong feeling that might get rolled back by the governor soon here, but we'll see.
Yeah, things are changing hour by hour, and it looks like we're heading backwards, not forwards right now. So we will stay posted. Okay, I mentioned in your introduction that I've been chomping at the bit to talk to you. When you guys made that decision to close down, you kept running your spots here on KHTS. Kudos to you, by the way, for your vision, because it's not easy to keep advertising when your business is closed and you're not offering the services that you're advertising. But if you don't keep your name out there, folks are going to forget about you. But the ad that you guys wrote for Tori to record here at the station, and I was poking fun with her, it was absolutely fantastic. Did you guys do that on purpose, where your ad reassures your members that their memberships would be frozen? Come on, Matt.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we want them to know we aren't going to... We aren't going to do anything to try to capitalize on anyone when we're closed. It's not fair to them.
Right, but you're a cryotherapy place and you're freezing memberships.
Oh, freezing. Oh, yeah.
You did not do that on purpose. That was genius. I would wait on bated breath every morning for that commercial. That just, I love a good dad joke. Okay, so Matt, how can folks get a hold of you? Have you got a phone number, a website that people can contact you through?
Yeah, you can contact us at www.mendcryotherapy.com. Our address is 28303 Newhall Ranch Road, and that's like you said, in the Smart and Final and LA Fitness Shopping Center. And you can contact us at 661-298-6898.
298-6898?
Yes.
Fantastic. Matt, you guys are doing great things over there. We appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming in. You're great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stick around. We will be back with producer Sarah calling in. You are listening to SCVi Charter Schools Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. I am Matt Watson on your hometown station, KHTS.
You choose your dry cleaner for convenience. Maybe it's time to choose a dry cleaner that is not only convenient, but does quality work at a reasonable price. Town Cleaners. They're in the center of our valley, and they offer free pickup and delivery anywhere in Santa Clarita. Town Cleaners, a dry cleaner who goes the extra step. Their stringent quality control ensures the highest quality cleaning and pressing for your garments. Town Cleaners on Soledad and Rainbow Glen.
You just had an accident. You're okay, but worried your car will never look the same. Your vehicle may be the second biggest investment you'll ever make. Give it the care it deserves at Body Shop 661.
Hi, this is Caesar from Body Shop 661. If you had an accident, you get to choose the auto body facility you want. Our full collision repair center works with all vehicles, foreign and domestic, and we handle all insurance companies.
Body Shop 661 off Ruther behind Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Miles McNamara, Certified Senior Advisor and owner of Comfort Keepers and Home Care. Our caregivers help you in your own home. A Comfort Keeper can provide companionship, meal preparation, medication monitoring, assistance with personal care, transportation to doctor appointments, all enhancing your independence and safety in the comfort and privacy of your own home. So if you or someone you love could use a helping hand at home, call Comfort Keepers at 287-4200. That's 287-4200.
Finding the right lawyer can be a challenge, but in Santa Clarita, there's no need to search when there's Hacker Law Group, Santa Clarita's premier litigation firm. Jeffrey Hacker has represented celebrities, financial institutions, accident victims, and other individuals and companies with their legal challenges. Mr. Hacker has been ranked the 15th most influential person in the entire Santa Clarita Valley in 2010 by the Santa Clarita Valley Business Journal. When everything is on the line, call the Hacker Law Group. We all know sometimes people lose their way. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, the Way Out Recovery SCV may have the answers you've been waiting for. The Way Out is the premier intensive outpatient treatment center serving Santa Clarita. Asking for help is the first step. Call The Way Out today, 661-296-4444. That's 296-4444 for a private free assessment. The Way Out is an accredited, affordable outpatient program that accepts most insurance. Call us at 661-296-4444 or check us out online at thewayoutrecoveryscv.com. Quit battling with yourself. Ask The Way Out for help today.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. I am your host, Matt Watson, and we are joined now by producer Sarah. Sarah, good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning, Matt. I had to bully my way in when we're taking a break.
Yeah, absolutely. We sort of kind of just glossed over it a little bit as we were saying goodbye to the mayor. We said goodbye, thanked him for his 16 weeks of coming in and putting up with my shenanigans here on the air. And not that the mayor's going anywhere. He's holding strong and going to continue to pilot this ship that is called Awesome Town. But you and I are taking a little bit of vacation time, aren't we?
That's right.
So it is summertime, and we are educators. My brother likes to point out that I have a part-time seasonal job. I work part-time, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and seasonal 8 months a year. Sarah's laughing out loud because she knows how untrue that is.
Completely.
Educators, if you're in the classroom, you do get maybe 5-6 weeks off in the summertime. No, it's not 3 months like everybody likes to paint it to be. I know schools closed down a couple weeks ago, but teachers are still wrapping up a lot of things, doing a lot of paperwork, things like that.
So you beat me to it. I was going to make the joke of how easy that sounds, how nice it sounds. Sign me up, let's go. But okay, fine, if you say so.
I got to tell you, it is kind of cool when you're in the classroom and you can disconnect for, like I said, a good 5 or 6 weeks. But if you're even, I don't want to say this, there's almost no such thing as a mediocre teacher because, gosh, they all work so hard. But even the least dedicated of teachers, their wheels get turning in the summertime. You relax for a couple of weeks, maybe take a little trip with your family, and then you start thinking about how can I improve that project and how am I going to get things ready for my kids next year.
My mom's been a first grade teacher for 25 years, I think almost 26 years now, and I don't think there's a single summer that doesn't end with her just ecstatic to get back in the classroom, ready to go, new ideas, and ready to bring a whole new year on. So it's awesome. It's certainly a year-round job, that's for sure.
It's just like when you were a kid. You look forward to summer vacation. You're super excited when it comes, but then after a couple of weeks, you can't wait to get back. And that's kind of where Sarah and I are at SCVi and iLEAD schools. We're, as we do in the summertime, taking a little bit of time for us, a little bit of time to sharpen the saw. Sarah, do you have any plans with your family? Are you going anywhere?
Well, unfortunately, we're not feeling really good about going somewhere. We initially had planned to. I'm turning 50 next month, and we were going to go out of town together, but we are reserving that right that we could possibly cancel that reservation 48 hours in advance if some of the stuff changes. It doesn't seem like there's a big point in going out of town to stay at a hotel on a beach if we can't go to the beach. So that's tentative. And then the other big plans are I have a little girl who's turning 13 at the end of the summer, and so we're going to redo her room. We're going to pull all the furniture out, repaint, new drapes, and so she's having fun right now going on Pinterest and figuring out what she wants her grown-up room to look like. So that's probably going to be like it sounds silly, but it'll be really exciting for me not to have to, work long hours, either helping get the show prepared or my other job, the other 50 hours a week I work at iLEAD, to just, have the time to do that and spend time with my girl on that.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be a fun experience and then exhausting in a completely different way. my family and I are looking forward to. I think and again, everything is so tentative at this point, right? I do think we're going to be heading out of town and taking a few days. What I love is my family for the longest time has gone, my brother and I, you know how close I am to Big T. Both of our families, along with Mom and her husband, go out of town every summer, and so I do believe we're going to take a few days to kind of disconnect. But you know, it's funny. Big T likes to joke about my part-time seasonal job. Summertime is actually one of my busy seasons because when teachers come back, right? Teachers come back, and it's my team that is responsible for all of the training, professional development that we do with our staff, and boy, do we have a lot to prepare for this year. Knowing that school is going to look very, very different, and everyone's wondering what it's going to look like. Well, we're kind of responsible for guiding our staff through that. So we've got a lot to prepare for. So we made that difficult decision to take our vacation time starting next week, and then when we come back, we're going to come back at our regular capacity, meaning doing the Friday shows only. So we're going to cut the Monday through Thursday gig. It has been so fun, though. What an amazing opportunity that Jerry and Carl offered us when our school campuses closed and kids were sent home. Families were quite concerned. I know people developed a rhythm, and some of you have been really, really good at distance learning, but there were a lot of folks that were really worried when we first went. And let's be honest. Hey, I've seen the Facebook posts out there. Some of you really needed a lot of support, and so Jerry and Carl asked us to come in and help out, which is why we launched our website, homeschoolinganswers.com, and why we were here every day. We wanted to do our best to provide support, guidance, and so we brought in a bunch of our different educators. We had people talking about homeschool. We had people talking about online, outdoor classroom. We had Aiden Bybee in. Who else? Amber Soto came in a couple times to talk about math and what we can do at home to help keep our kids' math skills sharp.
And I know you guys have such an emphasis on the schooling, but you also had the mayor in. You've had multiple significant figures in the community over the past couple months, and you've gone far and above what teachers normally do. So you guys have plenty of stuff to worry about, your own families, your own staff included, and you've been a bastion of information for the community. So we're not there yet. We still got 2 more days.
We've got a
so
couple days,
I'll save my own material. But you know, I just wanted to mention that in addition to all the educational figures that you've talked to, you've also been a great source of information for the community at large. So it's been incredibly resourceful.
Yeah, we've dovetailed right back into what the vision of the show was originally. We changed names, we changed vision a little bit back at the end of 2019, calling the show Eye on the Valley, and our focus was, yes, primarily education, but then also just looking at the valley and seeing what's going on out there and keeping people informed and opening up that dialogue. And boy, what a time to do so. So yeah, we've had the mayor in once a week. We've had the folks from COC that have been fantastic, talking about what kind of higher educational support they have. Gosh, Mike Garcia came in a couple of times and we talked to him, and I know he's planning on coming back on KHTS on a regular basis. So we're going to continue to work with Congressman Garcia on whether or not that's going to be once in a while on our Friday show, or if he's going to be able to call in maybe one of the other shows here. We will work with him on. We had educational expert Renee Marshall. Gosh, she's been great.
So helpful.
Oh, yeah, helping us kind of understand it, helping us parents wrap our heads around what school's going to look like next year, and helping get us prepared mentally and emotionally. We've had Kathleen Fredette on talking about all the different amazing things that she's working on with our learners in the area of STEAM, science and technology, and all the other things that go along with that. gosh.
Yeah, I've left out what Amber Rogers came on and talked about how we're meeting, special education needs with their kids virtually. So many things. Both Nicole and I came on to talk about arts education.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff. And then, like Shane was saying, I mean, first of all, Shane, thank you so much. We could not have done this without you. You're so great at what you do, but then also adding to the show, and we love working with you. But like you were saying, Shane, we have had other resources that we've provided for the community, local government, but as well, I think later this week we have Bob Sherritt's coming back from Way Out Recovery, but we've had the Assistance League on, Bridge to Home, Santa Clarita Grocery, helping people know where they can get service, where they can get groceries at this time. A lot of people are not able to go to work. The Senior Center, Comfort Keepers, Domestic Violence Center, Child and Family Center, and of course, Christina DeBray, who's been joining us regularly to help people see through this difficult time. It's been really great.
Yeah, she's been stellar. Yeah.
And in addition to that, the Santa Clarita librarians as well. They've come on. Just even the small resources to just have some fun with your kids at home, whether it's learning centric or just, hey, we've been inside the house for a while. Let's do something fun together. So
yeah, city librarian Shannon Vonnegut came in a couple times, and then even sent us her Liza, her children's librarian, the worm lady. Gotta love Liza, right?
I love the worm. I made a worm bin at home thanks to watching her videos on the library website. I got very excited. We garden, and I was like, why don't we have a worm bin? So now I do.
So yeah, we definitely hope that we've been help to folks out there, providing some giggles. I've also had a blast bringing my brother in every Friday. Well, almost every Friday. There have been times that he's come on and yucked it up with Shane and I, but enjoyed bringing Big T on and getting some fun facts and some trivia questions from him.
And another feather in the hat, in addition to the fun, you guys also helped KHTS kick off the Having the Conversation series, tackling some of the most important issues that we have in society at the moment. It couldn't be more pertinent, more relevant, or more important to have that conversation. So you guys have done a lot for teachers. I keep using that moniker not to simplify it, but to exemplify how far above and beyond your everyday duties that you guys have gone.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We had Jim Ventris in a few weeks back. We had Annie Astorga on talking about her experience and the leadership that she's 19 years old, and she's out there working with the mayor, having that conversation with him, came in, had the conversation with us. And as a matter of fact, it's funny. You talked about how we've got 2 more days after this. We've kind of got 2.5 days, Shane, you and I, because having the conversation, we're going to continue that. Actually, Thursday night, not live. We're going to be recording that third part in the series, having the conversation with Dr. Sharice Moore from the William S. Hart School District, and then that will be running next week, I believe. So you guys can keep a lookout for that. Sarah, what have been some of the things that you've enjoyed most, or some of your favorite times here on the air?
Well, I mean, as much as I don't do this often, I think the most fun I have is when I get to come in person and be there. I'm super, super proud of the Furthering the Conversation series. I think, it just fits right in line with what we do at iLEAD schools. You talk a lot about the 7 habits on air, Matt, which is really important to us, and for good reason. And I'm speaking for you here, I'm sorry, but you've spoken a lot about how the 5th habit is your favorite.
I think it's just been so key during this time. We're living in the time of social media and hyper communication, but even though our social media has the opportunity for people to respond, it's more just responding, by throwing bombs back and forth. Oftentimes we don't listen to each other much, and I'm finding the people that are most successful in life are the ones that are doing the listening. I mean, we talked to the mayor today, and he's out there. I keep asking him, what are you doing with the human relations forum, and he says, Matt, I'm listening. Things are changing here in the valley, and I'm listening, and that is so important. Yeah, I got to say, on a selfish level, as the mama's boy that I am, it was fun to be able to celebrate Mom's retirement here on the air and kind of sneak attack her when when everybody's what was it, the PPP loans, I think it was, came out that first day, and she's got people storming the bank there, and she's being sucked into meetings, and we're going, no, Mom, you're staying right here on the air, and you're going to listen to your kids goof around.
And listen to everybody congratulate her, talk about how much she meant to this community, how much she means to them personally. I was so glad that you were able to pull that off and surprise her. And
yeah. It was kind of a selfish thing, but I don't know. I think every now and then we can take some time to do that.
Yeah, it's something worthy of celebrating, yeah. So those are, just like a handful of the things that we've done. I mean, I think it's really beautiful, to just keep coming back to, our educators like Dawn Evenson and talking about, why right now with education I don't know how to put it, kind of flipped on its head, for lack of a better term. Yep. Everybody's got to look at it from a different angle right now, and we've always looked at education from various angles at SCVi and iLEAD, and I feel like it makes me very secure. I'm a parent at SCVi as well. Yep. But it makes me very secure for not just my kids I gave birth to, but the way I refer to all my kids. We got over 900 kids at SCVi, and they're all my kids. It gives me so much confidence to know that, right now, the whole education world across the country is being forced to look at things from a different angle. And I've seen it in my own children, how easily they transitioned to distance learning. I've seen it in their facilitators, their teachers, their school directors, how seamlessly they were able to make it work, because we're so used to looking at things from a different angle and finding the best way to make it work. And it's really exciting to me. Pardon me. Really exciting to me to know that we're going to continue to do that at SCVi and iLEAD. You're going to continue to do that on the radio show just once a week. And that other school districts are also taking this opportunity to make education more personalized for everyone. Yeah,
definitely. It's so funny that we were talking about just 6 months ago, the state legislature really kind of taking aim at online learning and homeschooling, things like that, limiting charters, actually they put a moratorium on non-classroom based charter schools, and then all of a sudden we all went to that model. It was kind of ironic, and again, I don't want to bang the gavel too much, but you talk about irony of all ironies. Charter schools that were really out there in front. Our job is to innovate. We try things, and some of them work, some of them don't. The things that work well, the rest of the schools are, they follow our lead and take from our successes and learn from our failures, just as we do. And our charge is to innovate, and then here, some of the legislation just over the last couple of days that's kind of punished charter schools and other schools in our sector for doing exactly that, and they're not going to allow our funding to grow, even though our enrollment's going to grow. Right? We're out there innovating. We're doing a good job, and families are responding. In fact, you were telling me yesterday, out at SCVi, applications are way up this year as a result of the great job that our staff has done with distance learning. And here, the state's trying to say that if you enroll new students, you're not going to get the funding that go along with those students. That's going to stay back at their former school. Yeah,
I feel for those parents that are seeking out something that's going to be a better fit for their kids, and the state's kind of putting handcuffs on that right now, which is unfortunate. I still have this hopeful, I don't know, maybe it's a very Pollyanna attitude that something will change, because it's just so insane to me right now that, when you were talking, if we weren't on radio, you would have seen me shaking my head, that right when we need to innovate, right when we need to make sure that our kids, they're going through a lot of stress right now. They're going, through quarantine and everything else. And the one thing that we can help them with is their education. Let us do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Big T's texting me right now, and he's reminding me, hey, don't forget that PM show that you did with Christina.
Yes.
The Saga Strong show where we talked about how to help our kids start to recover from the trauma and grief, that our kids have been through this year. They've been through so much. All of us have been through so much, but it seems like our kids have been the ones hardest hit, right? It's been tough on me when my son's kids' school closes. Well, gosh, how's that been on my kid, right? So that opportunity to sit here with an hour with Christina and talk about how to help our kids see their way through and successfully navigate their way to recovery that was a blessing that we were able to do that. And again, so thankful to Shane. Big ups to Shane. You've been here every day, Monday through Thursday with us, and I got to send out my love to engineer Patty, who's here every Friday with us. And Shane, you were here that Thursday night with Christina and I. You're going to be here this Thursday night with Dr. Moore and I. We're so grateful for you playing along and doing just such a great job here on the soundboard.
Happy to be here, and I will say it every time, I've got the easiest job. I push the buttons, I don't have to think of anything, I just get to contribute, pop in, pop out, and that's it. So couldn't have had a better time, and I don't think I could have had better people run this show. So thank you.
All right,
appreciate
I'm just going to qualify. I don't think anybody that knows Matt Watson personally knows what a challenge it is to reel him in and get him to stop talking so you can go to commercial break. So I'm just going to throw that out there.
You know what? I'll take all of it. Thank you.
Well, and let's not forget that Shane does wield the ultimate power. We saw it just a couple of breaks ago. When it's time to go, he just pushes the button, whether I keep going or not. We're out to commercial. Boom.
Got to keep the train on the tracks because it will keep on rolling no matter what.
Oh boy. Well, at least we'll have Christina back on tomorrow, though, right?
Absolutely.
Of course. That? Okay, good. I felt so bad.
Yeah, no. Christina's got a lot to say, and she's been fantastic. I have to compliment, and again, can't thank Jerry and Carl enough. That was Jerry's idea. She brought Christina in for a 1-hour interview with Amber and I. Co-host Amber was here, and we interviewed Christina. Was really impressed by her story, and then Jerry suggested, hey, why don't you have her on for one segment every day? She can help people kind of walk through these difficult times. And I know for me and a lot of folks that listen, her support has been invaluable. The stuff that she has walked us through, warning signs to look for, red flags, symptoms, treatments, the ways to help yourself out, what services are available for you out there. It's just been fantastic to have her on. She's been great.
Really, really, really has.
All righty, Sarah. Talking about keeping the train on the tracks, we do have to take that one last commercial break and get things paid for around here. So we're going to go ahead and take that commercial. And hey, while we're on commercial break, why don't you keep listening and head on over to hometownstation.com for more information on how COVID-19 is affecting our valley. This thing continues to evolve and shift, and there's changes every day. So go ahead and go to hometownstation.com. Click on that red banner. You're going to find tips on the economy, all kinds of health updates, and much, much more. You are listening to SCVi Charter School's Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. We will be right back. I'm Matt Watson on your hometown station, KHTS.
Marston's Restaurant has been a Pasadena landmark, voted the best breakfast in California by the Food Network magazine. Discover Marston's Santa Clarita location, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Marston's also has a fantastic catering menu that adds a delicious twist to any event. And they cater picnic dinners for that memorable romantic date. Experience Marston's on Newhall Ranch Road and McBean, or log on to marstonsrestaurant.com.
At iLEAD Agua Dulce, we believe the most important thing a child can learn in school is who they are. Life's real tests are never standardized, which is why we've developed an individual-based curriculum that values exploration, cooperation, and creativity. As our learners grow, so do we. Our tuition-free charter school is currently enrolling grades TK through 7th and adding 8th grade in 2020. Your young learner will be immersed in a unique environment where possibility and self-discovery are at the core of every experience. The Agua Dulce campus features beautiful indoor and outdoor spaces for hands-on inspiration, including a robotics lab, a garden bed, a greenhouse, and a technology-based exploratorium. iLEAD Agua Dulce is conveniently located on the east side of the Santa Clarita Valley, just off the 14 freeway. Check out our homeschool options too. To schedule a campus tour or learn more about our programs, visit iLEADAguadulce.org. We're enrolling now. iLEAD Schools. Free to think, inspired to lead.
Santa Clarita Valley residents now have greater access to the excellent physicians and high-quality medical services for which Providence Holy Cross is known. Providence Holy Cross Health Center in Santa Clarita features state-of-the-art cancer and imaging technologies, as well as board-certified physicians in a variety of medical specialties. Quality and compassion from a healthcare provider you can depend on. For more information, call 1-888-HEALING or visit us at providence.org.
Your building sign is essential to getting customers to your location. Feathers can help you get your business noticed. Feathers, now in a new, larger space with plenty of parking. They walk you through each phase of your project with special attention to detail and quality. Feathers will provide you with a sign that you can be proud of. Your sign will draw customers in instead of having them drive by. Visit Feathers online at feathersigns.com or go to Feathers' brand new, bigger location at 26017 Huntington Drive off Rye Canyon or call 298-9442.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, and you are listening to SCVi Charter School's Eye on the Valley, Homeschooling Answers. Thank you for putting up with that rather self-serving last segment. We did just want to let you know that while we are, Sarah and I are going to enjoy a little bit of vacation time starting next week. We will be back real soon with our regular Friday shows, and we just kind of wanted to reflect a little bit on this amazing time that Jerry and Carl have allowed us to kind of walk through with you guys. So yeah, we hope it's been helpful, and we're going to continue to move on and move forward. And speaking of which, tomorrow is jam-packed. Shane, I want you to rest your button-pushing fingers tonight because we've got a lot going on tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
So in the first hour, we've got Suzette Martinez Valladares. And, you may remember Suzette. She ran for assembly in this last election cycle, and she's doing a lot of amazing things in our community and our organization. She's working now with Operation Childcare and making sure that our littlest and oftentimes our most vulnerable are getting everything that they need. So Suzette's going to be calling in, and we'll be chatting with her, catching up with her to talk about Operation Childcare and see what she's doing, seeing what she's been up to. Again, like we mentioned and like we do every day at the bottom of the first hour, we will have Christina in. She's going to be talking a little bit more. She mentioned something interesting today that I want to ask her about. She mentioned, we were talking about self-care, and she said there are some things for you that are healthy self-care or good ways of taking care of yourself that for me are bad ways, and that's kind of interesting. What's good for the goose isn't always good for the gander, I guess. So we will be asking her tomorrow. We're also going to be having Beth Heiserman in. I believe Beth is actually coming into the studio. She's got one of the world's most well, I don't know if it's the world's longest. Maybe it's typical for Southern California. She's got a long commute. She lives down in L.A. and commutes up to Reyes Winery every day up in Agua Dulce. But they've got their winery, and she's going to stop by on her way into the office, and we're going to talk to her about what's going on out at Reyes. Their wine tasting room is back open. You know what? I think maybe the first question we need to ask her is, are they included in that group of organizations like bars and things like that? Did they have to close down a couple days ago? Because I know they had a lot planned for the 4th of July holiday. What with the fireworks display canceled here in the city and a lot of other things being put on hold, it might be a great idea to escape up to beautiful Agua Dulce here. It's just on the east side of the valley and enjoy a glass of wine, maybe pick up a bottle or two out there at Reyes. So we're going to have Beth in tomorrow. And we're also going to have Jeff Berber. He is the manager of the Main. So talking about the different entertainment options that we've got here in the valley. We're going to have Jeff come out and talk to us about what's going on at the Main. And then set the table for you on Thursday. We've got just almost as busy of a show on Thursday. Linda Storley is coming in on Thursday. Linda is the president of the William S. Hart School Board. And so she's going to come in. We're going to be talking about all different kinds of things, the different things going on with social justice and equity and the plans that they have for their school district, as well as the structure of their schooling in the fall.
I was just about to ask, is there going to be any updates on fall plans, fall schooling, what it may look like?
I know the Hart District
if it may be at all.
Yeah, I know the Hart District did publish last week kind of what school may look like. They have several different options, and so we're going to be talking to Linda all about that. You know, she's a veteran educator herself, taught for years out at Canyon High School, and I think she was retired for all of about 6 months before she jumped right back into the game and joined the Hart School Board. And she is the president of the school board now. And so, yeah, we've got lots of questions for Linda. And so make sure that you join us Thursday morning for our conversation with Linda. And then also for those of you out there that may need this, and you know who you are, we've got Bob Sherritt's coming in on Thursday from the Way Out Recovery. A lot of us have been joking about it, but a lot of us have been hanging back and maybe developing some bad habits that Bob can help us kick before we get back to the office full time. And then, of course, we're going to wrap the week, wrapping it early because we're observing the holiday on Friday. But we're going to wrap the week the way we always do with Big T and his silliness and fun. And we'll sign off together with Big T like we always do. So do join us tomorrow and every day at 9 a.m. We're not going anywhere yet. We love having you here at Eye on the Valley, and that's all the time that we've got for today. We will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. right here on your hometown station, KHTS.